Welcome back, and this is the CROSSFIRE. Now, we still have Comrade Popoola Ajayi join with us in the studio, and we're going to move on to the next topic for the day, and that is the fuel situation in Nigeria. Comrade, now, this administration has promised Nigerians change, and that change is the promise from the departure of what Nigerians were used to for over 16 years. Still, the fact that the country is still having these reoccurring issues and crises which marred other administrations, don't you think all of this is still pointing to the fact that the change may come? I'm not saying it won't come. The change may come, but it may be delayed. Now, if it is delayed, how can this government still win the trust of Nigerians, especially when it comes to issues and commodities that are essential to life?
The first thing I would say is that the present administration promised change. But Nigerian people...
But queues are still back. Queues are still on the road.
Nigerian people wanted change. And they voted change. So we'll start from there. So in essence, if we want any change, at all, then it is the responsibility of the Nigerian people, the masses that voted, to agitate for to be part of that change.
Okay.
I think you understand. To propel and lead the change.
So as regards fuel situation in Nigeria, how can Nigerians propel and get that change?
It's the same thing. You see, Nigeria, it's everything. We pray when we ought to act. Everything, God will do it. If you say this and I say, it's God. Those people are powerful. You see, like I said earlier, that the problem we have in the oil industry is corruption, and it seems they form themselves to a kind of cartel.
Okay.
That their whims and caprices must be the order of the day. So there are some people who are exploiting and benefiting from this rudderless situation in the industry. And they want it perpetuated. So we must get that one right. And that is why I say that Nigerian people must begin to know how to ask questions. Not only ask questions, but act, follow it, take action. After all, we are having conflicting stories. NNPC will say they have abundant reserve. Then they will say, okay, the people that are storing this thing that are delaying. Then when we get to a fuel station, it's another story.
No, but the story right now is that the subsidy sum has not been paid to the oil marketers. That's the issue for all of this, as we heard. Now, because the information minister has not come out strong to say, Nigerians, this is the situation on the ground. This is the reason why this problem is looming. So Nigeria, various informations are everywhere. Various informations are out there in the media. Another school of thought are saying now that the reason why the country is having this crisis right now is because the federal government has plans to bring down the price of petroleum products. So the independent marketers are hoarding what they have currently. Now, you see, because nobody knows what's happening exactly, people are making all sorts of stories. Nigerians deserve to know the truth.
Ishoma,
Don't you think so?
As I think President Buhari, according to report, wrote to the National Assembly requesting approval to pay the sum of 413 billion naira due to oil marketers as outstanding subsidy payments. So they are waiting the National Assembly to approve that amount to be paid to oil marketers. So the oil marketers have not been paid.
Okay, comrade. Now this is something that's of dire importance. This is something that is grinding the economy of Nigeria to a halt. Isn't this a matter that the National Assembly should call an emergency meeting and pass this into law? Not because they're saying because there are reports also that they want to scrutinize, and by the time they now set up a panel to look into all of this, the country will have been grounded probably to ground zero before they handle this issue.
The solution is to remove the subsidy.
Which subsidy?
There is subsidy. They are
you saying there is no subsidy?
There is some. They are paying 413 billion due to oil marketers as outstanding subsidy payments. They have not. That's what we are talking about.
No, if you say remove subsidy,
they should remove it. They should stop paying all these marketers.
Then how do you now get fuel?
Let them go and get the oil fuel with their own money.
Okay.
Bring it to the country. Sell it at any price they like.
Okay.
That's what Jonathan was trying to do, and they didn't allow him to do.
Like 1,000 naira per liter.
By the time they do that, you understand, they will now find that it's more expensive for them to be going abroad to refine this fuel. They will come home and build their own refineries. Then we will have a lot of refineries. And then when we have a lot of refineries, eventually fuel scarcity will be eradicated. Eventually the prices of fuel will come down, and then corruption will be eradicated. That is it. But when government continue to put his hands on these things, and then they are the one managing our refinery. Refinery is not working. They are spending money on refinery. They are paying subsidy.
Okay, no, gentlemen.
You see all this.
This is what is causing the problem. Let them remove.
Stop.
Look, 413 billion.
No, this thing.
Due to a few Nigerians.
This thing is bigger than the way you just trying to explain it out. Certainly.
Okay. Maybe you
cannot say. You see, this issue of subsidy is a thing that's been lingering for a very long time.
Okay.
And you say, okay, remove subsidy. To me, what we've not been able to get clearly is that is the real amount that the real value of the subsidy.
No, it's in the report. This
Forget all this one. There was a time the subsidy money went to trillions.
I mean,
are you now saying that we actually consume that much?
Okay, no. There's a report.
The system is even inviting corruption.
Now, there's the report I have here before me now that yesterday the federal government urged Nigerians to exercise patience over the fuel crisis currently witnessed across the country. Now, Dr. Ibekachukwu spoke yesterday while he was carrying out a monitoring exercise within the city of Abuja, and he said, he also warned that henceforth any oil marketer caught hoarding the product will be forced to dispense all the products in its tank to motorists for free, while stiff sanctions will be meted out to the marketer. Now, he came out to say also that there's enough supply within the NNPC's facilities. Now, some of the pipeline issues are being addressed. I mean, just yesterday, there was intense gunfire, within the first half axis due to pipeline vandalism and all of that. The issue now is if the NNPC, they have enough products within their facilities, what stops the NNPC themselves from authorizing or engaging some certain, individuals to lift the products from the facility to dispense round?
Well, you see,
that is another issue.
No, from what
and mandate also, not just dispense, and mandate that they all receive from the and state, sell at the approved government rate.
When they are COing the 430
from the statement.
Because if the NNPC cannot
from the statement
down,
from the statement, the issue is not non-availability.
The issue is there is.
It's not.
But why are they hoarding?
So they are hoarding because their government is owing them money, subsidy money, 413 billion. Has not been paid.
No. It's not enough. It's not enough to hoard. So
well, what you have not paid me for the last
it is very clear that
rendered.
No, it's very clear. They are in business. They are in business. They are in business.
They want to keep that kind of business.
They are in business.
If you don't pay them,
they are in business. They know that they will be paid after all. So what the Minister of State said simply means that we have enough stock to go round. One, then two. Of course, the issue of other NNPC, engaging other. Of course, they have some tankers. Now that they have their own filling stations too.
But they're not enough, and they're not spread across the country.
They're not spread across the country, but they are not spread. Yes, right. Even to me, engaging at that level is unnecessary. And it was done in the past to curb the excess of the other private marketers. So that even if they say they are not selling, NNPC can continue to dispense fuel.
Okay, now he also said yesterday that the federal government will review fuel pricing mechanisms to check the subsidy burden. And by January, that we will have price regulation dynamics that will enable us address the critical issues for marketers. Does this mean that by January we should be expecting a reduction in the pump price sales after the review is done?
That is one of the reasons that is generating controversy. To ordinary man on the streets, the interpretation, and even to some of the marketers, the interpretation is that government want to reduce or inflate prices. So they want to hold whatever they have to take best advantage.
Why can't comrade? Why can't they let market forces determine the
market?
price?
You cannot. You see all this
Why?
neoliberal economic.
That is what
No,
is
I don't buy all
That's
this
what's encouraging
neoliberal. No,
corruption.
this
It's what
neoliberal economic
it's not. It's just common
open
sense.
market. It's not common. The sense is
It's
not common.
sense.
Yeah.
That's what's encouraging corruption.
Okay, gentlemen, we
not
have the
common.
president of NUPENG on the line, Comrade Ajayi Igwe. Good morning, comrade.
Good morning.
Welcome to Crossfire.
A pleasure.
Okay, now we're talking about the fuel situation in the country. As the president of NUPENG, what's the situation? What is the reason for the scarcity that the country is facing today?
Of course, it is not an issue of hearsay again. This is an issue we've been discussing for the past 15 years. And today we're experiencing it happening, and people are making political insinuation out of it. It's so sad.
Okay.
Fuel scarcity will continue in the country because, one, we don't have the refining capacity in the country. Our refineries are down. And currently, the distribution and importation channels of the petroleum product being mortgaged in the hands of few individuals, where you pay subsidy. And once you don't pay them the required subsidy, of course, you and I agree that a businessman will want to make profits and do not want to make loss. Okay. And the businessman will not want the situation where he borrows money from the bank and then his interest is still reading. So you see where, since you give them the mechanism of the economic activities of the country.
So you're blaming the fuel scarcity on the federal government?
Of course, the government should be held responsible. What we begin to say is it the president or the past government? Government is a continuity, and as long as we're concerned in the union, we need to hold the government of the day responsible. You are aware that recently government paid out $413 billion to marketers in terms of subsidy payment. Prior to that, they have also paid about $200-something billion to marketers earlier. And here, marketers are still saying you're still owing us more. But again, my worry is that even at that, government is yet to come out to tell us the actual amount of money they pay to these Nigerians in the name of subsidy scheme. There are so many fundamental factors surrounding the word subsidy.
Okay.
And one is just looking at the one you pay from the PPPRA.
Yeah.
They've not looked at the one you pay from the Petroleum Equalization Fund, which is also a subsidy. They've not talked about the one you pay as demurrage to vessels that brings in products and then remains those remains or discharged, and then you pay demurrage on them, and those demurrage is being paid in dollars, not in naira. And today, you and I will agree that the naira has been devalued so much that the current exchange rate now is about 231, 232.
And it's
I
to
do
pay
not
the
know where
country
we're heading
to do the
so
transaction
when you talk
in
about
naira.
issues I've heard from the discussants there, talking about fuel price will definitely come down lower than what it is by January or by next year. I keep asking myself on what economic rate are they looking at? On what exchange rate are they looking at? when you talk about the current money policy that is surrounding the environment that is not friendly, business friendly at all for any investor to come into the country.
Now, you said something earlier at the beginning of your conversation that our refineries are down. Now, the federal government and even the immediate past government told us that so much money has been pumped in to fixing our refineries. Does that mean now that this government has been lying to Nigerians about the state of our refineries?
Of course. It is not the first time you hear money being sunk into the refineries to make sure the turnaround maintenance are effectively being carried out. We're still at the point of being, asking how so far, for about 15 years now, that the refinery has not undergone turnaround maintenance. Prior to this day, how much has been sunk into that refinery? That is one. Two, if you look at the money being paid, who introduced subsidy? Why are we talking about subsidy? I pray that the
subsidy did not start from this regime.
Of course, it did not, and did not even start from the last regime.
Yes.
Subsidy started in 2006, and that was during Obasanjo's administration. He introduced subsidy as a stopgap measure to make sure that the refineries are, turnaround maintenance are carried out at the refineries immediately, and as soon as that is done, definitely subsidy will be removed. But over years, right from the period he introduced subsidy till date, you ask, has the refinery run in full capacity? And there you are talking about issues of obsolete pipelines that are being vandalized now and then. So these are the challenges that we are facing.
Comrade,
we pray.
What is the solution? What is the solution to this problem? Do you think that subsidy should be removed?
Hello, come again.
Do you think that the subsidy should be eradicated? Do you think government
Of
should?
course, for us, you see, we've talked about issues of Shopee. I asked so many questions when Shopee was introduced. What is the impact? What is Shopee going to create? What the economic effect is going to create? You are talking about reducing that the Shopee money is the issue of subsidy again, that, we were able to bring down subsidy rate and so on. So the remaining value of what we're not paying out as subsidy should be taken into Shopee for infrastructure, for rehabilitation of roads, refineries, and the rest of them. But I'm happy today that one will not say it is Nupeng, that is, or the petroleum marketers that are on strike action that have said, this is what is causing the scarcity of petroleum product in the country today. The answer is no. In the midst of the bad roads we have today in our country, the tanker drivers, of Nupeng are still committed in making sure, in seeing that the haulage petroleum product to the suppliers of this country. But I've said the solution to this problem is, one, government should come out they should have that political will to drive the sector, the petroleum industry sector, to see that a lot of issues are being addressed. One, you're talking about the insecurity of the pipelines, which is very critical and key. Two, you're talking about, I keep asking when people talk about illegal bunkering taking place in water shores and the rest of them, and I ask myself, are these vessels ants? Are they as small as ants? A vessel that takes 30,000 tons of crude oil, is it as small as the ant? A boat that takes that carries about 200 liters of crude oil, is it like as small as an ant that you cannot see in our waterways? So where is the problem coming from? So we have various issues to address on these issues of non-availability of crude oils to the refineries. We have these issues of challenges from host communities in terms of environmental degradation that's taking place all over the environment, that so communities are reacting and this and that. So we must wake up, and that must be the political will in terms of saying, do not bother, do not mind who goes it is to take the security decisions to make sure that, look, whoever that is found involved in the system is being prosecuted. But I doubt if the governments government and current government will have the political will.
Okay, Comrade, before we go on a short break, I need to ask you this question, please. Now, Dr. Ibe Kachuku said the NNPC has enough products within its facilities to last the country. Now, if an agreement is reached between your union and the federal government, would your members be open to lift petroleum products to distribute across the country?
Of course, we are 100% committed in lifting petroleum products, across the country, despite the challenges we are facing in terms of talking about the bad roads we have. But let me tell you, we have heard this story severally. We've heard this story severally. NNPC have the petroleum capacity, the petroleum product that can sustain the country. They have the capacity as well. The question is, are the NNPC depots across the country functioning? The answer is no. The question is,
this is an indictment on the NNPC.
Of course, the answer is no. The answer is no.
Okay.
The product NNPC claims to import into Nigeria today, in which storage capacity, in which storage environment are they putting this product? In which storage environment? Is it the NNPC storage tanks, or is it also in this same triplet agreement they carry out with people and pay a huge amount of subsidy? So NNPC depots today across the country is moribund.
Wow.
Rather, you see private depots being patronized by NNPC in the name of we have petroleum products. And when you owe these private depots huge amount of triplet debt, you allow them to still allow you to use or to come and leave the product you have in their system out. It's not possible. There's no businessman that will do it. And so we need the political will. That's what I'm saying. That government needs the political will that we give to them. We voted them into power. Whatever it takes. I doubt if we are committed. We've had a piece of. I'm just wondering where we're heading to, where the change is taking us to.
Thank you, Comrade. We hope NUPENG and the federal government can find a mutual ground to stand on in the interest of Nigerians. We'll continue after the short break. Just stay tuned. This is the Crossfire. Welcome back, and this is the Crossfire. We still have Comrade Ayola with us in the studio, and we also had Comrade Achize Igwe, the president of NUPENG, who called us into the program. And I mean, gentlemen, everything Comrade Igwe said was so strong, and that was, I consider that was heavy indictment on the NNPC. That the fact that the NNPC do not have working storage facilities, and the fact that the refineries have been grounded to ground zero. I mean, that is mind-boggling. Imagine. And the information which Nigerians have about these, major facilities are that they're working to maximum capacity, but then 40%. The issue is, can this country come out of this? What is the true position of all of this?
The country will come out of it. The country will come out of it. I strongly believe. And I strongly believe that the change that we voted for,
we experience it.
Do you think now you heard what Comrade Achise said?
Yes.
Does this government have the political will? Because everything he's saying now, does this government have the political will?
No.
That is it.
Look, let me tell you, the government is afraid to do the needful. Which is the removal of...
No, don't say that. Don't say that.
Complete privatization.
Complete privatization will not solve the problem.
Okay, now I need to understand. If subsidy now... Let's ceasefire, please. If subsidy is removed, Comrade, if subsidy is removed, don't you think the price differentials will be alarming? Because if an individual brings in at XYZ amount of money, he's free to sell at whatever price. Another individual brings in and sells at whatever price. Yes. Don't you think this would be dangerous for the Nigerian society?
Let me tell you something. Look at it. When MTN first started, everybody was buying the telephone SIM card at exorbitant price. Then later, the other the other telecom operators too came, and then they brought it down. Do you understand? All the other subscribers came, they brought it down. You understand what I'm saying? So that is what we are talking about.
It's not the same thing.
So that's what we are talking about.
It's not the same thing.
It's not the same thing. Operators give us different prices.
It's not the same thing.
So when you have different
it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. You're talking about fuel now.
It will come down.
No.
It's just economic sense.
No, it won't work this way. There are other variables. If you say go and bring in fuel,
Yeah.
you are talking about using foreign
Okay,
exchange.
can you cease fire, Comrade? We have Engineer Zakabala, and he's calling in to give us the situation report of fuel in the country. Good morning, Engineer Zakabala.
Yeah, good morning.
Welcome to CROSSFIRE.
Thank you.
Now, sir, with the issue on ground, the scarcity in the country, now we have the president of NUPENG who called in on the program, and he told us from his own end the reason for the scarcity in the country. But as someone who is in-depth in the field, in the oil and gas sector in Nigeria today, what do you think is the current reason for this crisis which the country is facing?
First of all, it has a lot to do with planlessness. Because in difficult moments like this, the first thing you will expect is that the strategic reserves will be opened. And when you open, the essence of opening strategic reserve is to cushion pain and to make sure you do not allow the peak of panic to continue spreading. So the first thing they are supposed to have done is to open the strategic reserve, if at all the reserves are there.
That's for the NNPC?
Correct.
Okay.
And even if they have the strategic reserves, the question is this: where are the strategic reserves? Are they within NNPC depots or they are in private depots?
Now, the president of NUPENG said the NNPC, they do not have storage facilities that are working.
They don't have enough.
They don't have percentage.
That are working.
Sorry.
That was what he said.
Well, to the best of my knowledge, we have close to 19 depots. And that simply means there is also a question mark on the maintenance culture.
Yes.
So that is it. Then what I was saying about the depots is, assuming they have their strategic reserves in the custody of private depot owners. Are those private depot owners the same marketers that they are owing? If you are owing me and your material is in my custody, I'm not likely to release them until you settle me. So that is another question we need to look at.
And because Dr. Ibeka said the NNPC, they have enough products in the facilities. So could it be that maybe these products are within the facilities of these independent marketers?
That is what the pointer is, because if these products, which we can best classify at this time of our need as strategic, if they are within NNPC depots, that simply means the NNPC will have opened up the depots. But if they are in private depots, there is every likelihood that they are in the depots of those that NNPC is indebted to. So in situations like this, what they need to just do is to reach a win-win situation. First of all, if they are owing, if the Nigerian government or NNPC is owing, in the spirit of national interest, please, Mr. President, should give a kind of directive so that their monies are paid. And if the monies have been paid, does it mean it is the banks that are owing them, are not releasing the money? And if these monies have not been paid, does it mean NNPC has not finished reconciliation? Because when the president came, all of us accepted that there is what you can call legacy accounting or legacy assets or legacy payments. Let us assume even the payments we are expecting are legacy payments, and some of them are questionable. But in order to move Nigeria forward, please, Mr. President should overlook that and grant...
Okay, Engineer. We are so sorry. This is how much we can take because of our time. But please, we would love to have you in the studio to get your opinion on all of this. Thank you so much, Comrade Ayola.
No problem.
Thank you so much.
And good luck to Nigeria.
We look forward to having you in the studio, Engineer. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for, that's how much we can take today on CROSSFIRE. Do join us tomorrow. Do join us tomorrow on more issues which we'll be bringing out. And then we'll look for a way to round up on all of these matters which we've brought across to you. Thank you so much, Nigeria, for joining us. And do have a beautiful day. God bless you.
So, did you like what you just saw? I know you did. It's very simple. If you want to see more, just subscribe to our channel right now.